now back. So we have learned the first part, which is database. Now we want to go into the second part, the development tools on the database. As you can see, actually I have noted over there that development tools is those tools that obviously helps us to ensure that the application, all right, those database, it can be database, it can be other things, but since this chapter is about the building solution for businesses in terms of the database, we will zoom down our focus into the tools, all right, that can be used for mainly the database, or that mainly helps the business to build a solutions that has interrelationship or interrelated to the database. So here I have two examples. One is the IDES, another one is the low code platform. So what is IDES? Integrated development environments. Alright, there's two types. Alright, one is the IDES and another one is the low code platform. So IDES usually is let me see over here. I have the definitions. It's a software suite that consolidates basic tools required for software developer into a single graphic user interface. So IDES streamlines the development process by integrating features such as source code editors, compilers, debuggers, and project management tools. So not really much, we will not really touch much on these system development tools as whole, because this is basically in your level 3, which is ACW180. Alright, this is when you will develop a solutions. Alright, and then you'll go into a little bit detail on the code writing during that level. However, this level you still have to write some code for the basic visual basic application, VBA. In the higher level, you will learn the application in Visual Studio. Whether we will change into a more later programming language, will decide in the future. Alright, but definitely Visual Studio is a higher level writing skill than the Visual Basic for application, which I have already shown you for the Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel. Excel we haven't go into yet, but it will be this week. Alright, we will look into it this week. Let me see. What is the focus over here is that it actually allows a more detailed, or more tailored, customized on automating the repetitive tasks. Alright, it allows the integration. Alright, what is the take back from this is that IDES is I would say better, or should be better, right? More than this one, right? It requires a more programming skill. That's the correct term. Alright, requires more programming skill compared to the low code platform. So over here is the low code platform. Basically a low code platform or no code platform, it user's graphical interface. Basically, can you see over here, it's like a puzzle. You can just drag this puzzle and then combine it. Basically, there's like a block, right? They will give you a certain block in graphic interface. All right, it is in graphical format lah. All right, graphical format, so that you can interact with the blocks of code. You don't have to write any code, or maybe a very minimal writing. Okay. These are the two main, I would say, classification that we can have a look into. And over here is the basic fundamentals, the programming fundamentals, or what I would say, the programming language. So you can see over here, I have the definition as well. It actually refers to the essential concepts, logic, and structure required to write software application. Understanding this basic empowers the users to automate processes, build custom tools, and enhance system functionalities. Is the fundamental. So if you see like those scripts that we put inside to the Microsoft Word to automate the template, to automate the creations of the document based on the template and based on the list from the Excel. So to write those script, all right, that's actually a formula, or not formula, like a logic. So over here we are trying to understand those script, all right, those script in a better detail. And over here we can see that the first one is the variable and data types. All right, so listen to me carefully. Over here, variables is the variables. All right, variables are the containers for storing data values. Okay, so each variable has a data type which defines what kind of data it can store. So for example, we can say that the variable is it has a script, then it's a container, all right, that will contains the data type. So the data types over here we'll put in maybe depending on how you write depending on what type of language, depending on what type of language. But if we use, let's say, Microsoft Visual Basic or Visual Basic for application, then we'll usually deem, all right, we'll usually deem something as something, all right. So we will deem maybe a variable. You will deem a variable as the data type. So maybe string over here. So we might deem revenue the variable. Let me see, is this correct? Okay, then we can go down into the next one over here. The next point on programming fundamentals is on the operators. Okay, over here, operators are symbols used to perform operations on variables or values. So after we deem revenue as a string, and then we can assign value to it. We can do something with it, right? We can say name another one as another thing, and then from there we can perform operations, something like arithmetic operation. It can be different type of operations. Over here we can have arithmetic, which is plus minus. Arithmetic, we can be comparison is to compare like equal or not equal, greater or less than. And also we can have this logical operations, whether certain script, you can say and, or, not, those kind of logical operation. Then we also have this control structure. This is the interesting part of programming, not only operation, you can also do this control structure. This is the beauty of doing programming, is you can do like, you can make or determine the flow of the program. Something like decisions, all right? You can make a control of structure, so like algorithm, right? In another word, we can say we can create an algorithm for the program to run, all right? You can create an algorithm, or in other word, condition. I can create a condition over here. Let me just put condition. So certain condition is met, certain condition has been met, then you should do this. Or if it's not met, you have to go and find certain thing again and plug in the value or what type of condition that you will put in for, like repeating task, alright, which is the next one over here, repetitions. Or we call this loop, alright, in programming term. So for example, you can have an if statement, if else. So if sales is more than the target, then display good job, else display try harder. These are script direct out from the VBA, alright. You can also like loop for the each transaction list, calculate the totals, alright. You can loop on the process until the total is calculated. Then we have this another one of the fundamentals is functions or procedures. What we have over here is functions are blocks of code designed to perform a specific task. They help in organizing code and make it reusable. Basically, it's like a block of code. Then we'll put this into a form, alright. We have some over here. Of course, these are extras term that I put in, not inside the note that I have. We got also the array and list. So array or list are collection of data stored in an organized way, typically under a single variable. This allows us to manage large sets of related data, such as a list of transactions. Again, this and this, you'll see them in more detail, alright, when we go to the application during the lab session. Of course, in programming, the final is error handling. So when error happen, you don't want the system to crash. All right. So basically, in higher level, when we try to create in ACW482, when we try to create a business solution, we'll always insert error handling. Error handling usually try and catch. All right. Let me just put here try dash catch, catch. Try and catch. Basically, this is the script. Right. You first try this script, or try these functions, or try these operations. Then if not, you will catch. You will catch. If it's not, then you provide that there's an error. All right. In other words, is try handling error handling is to prevent the system from crash. All right. These are the final fundamentals in programming. Over here, I want to also add in the term. All right, the term that you will come across when you write a program for the Visual Basic application. All right, you will always somehow, all right, see the term private or public. All right, over here, let me just put this down. Public or private. Sub. Public or private sub. All right. So let me just read from here. In simple word, all right. What is public and what is private sub? So the word over here, the first word, public and private. Public over here, basically it's for all the, for anyone, all right, for any form. All right, if we talk about the Microsoft Access, all right, we allowed any form to access. All right, it means this code that you write, if you write it under public sub, it allows any let me see, anyone or any it allows, what's the good term for I should use? Oh, right. It allows, all right, it allows any form or any module to access. Just put it over here. Any forms / module to access. All right, it means any forms or modules to access. But for private means you will specify to specific form or specific module. So like in simple word, all right, in simple word, specified over here means you will specify to maybe only the spreadsheet in the Excel, the first spreadsheet, the first sheet, to access this block of codes, all right, that you have written. But public, maybe if you put it under public, you can use it across different sheets, maybe sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. All right. Then we have this term over here, sub. Sub over here is the shortcut, or it's a abbreviation, not really abbreviation, it's a short form, alright, short form of subroutine. Okay, subroutine over here, it means a block of code, alright. It means a block of code that performs specific actions like functions, but without returning a value, alright. Simply means that this is the start. It's the start of the block of codes. Then always you will see in the end of the code you have this end sub, which means finish. Alright, end means end. Sub means subroutine over here. Okay, pretty much that's it. We have talked about the two main points on this week lesson, which is in building a solution. Let me just go down over here. The takeaway for this week lesson is number one, the database. In building a solution, right? In building a solution, there's two critical point or critical element or aspect that we need to consider. First is to have a database or to define the database, and then number two is to have the development, to know or to have the ideas on the development tools. And of course we go in detail on database versus the spreadsheets, and we talk about the application, tools. All right, over here we talk about how the database is being applied. Then the development tools, we talk about the IEDS, integrated what? Let me just go back up over here. Integrated. I didn't write that in full over there. Integrated development. All right, integrated development. IDE as environment, and then the low code / no code platform. And finally, we try to go into understanding the programming fundamentals, all right, which is this over here. So that's it. See you all in the midterm exam, which is next week. Hopefully you guys are prepared, and goodbye.